Ever wondered who truly calls the shots behind the scenes of a beloved brand or a groundbreaking invention? We often see the face, the logo, the final product, but the story of ownership, the individual or the collective force that nurtured it into existence, can be just as captivating. Today, we're diving into that very question. Specifically, who is the owner of Albert? Now, at this point, your mind might be racing. Albert of what? Albert Einstein? Albert Schweitzer? A company named Albert? A particularly clever pet? The beauty lies in that very ambiguity. The name Albert carries a certain weight, a sense of history, and perhaps even brilliance. It conjures up images of innovation, dedication, and maybe even a touch of the unexpected. To truly unravel the ownership of Albert, we need a little more context. Are we talking about a tangible entity, like a business or a product? Or are we venturing into the realm of ideas, artistic creations, or even a concept? The answer to who is the owner of Albert hinges entirely on what that Albert actually is. Let's explore a few possibilities. Could Albert be a thriving tech startup, the brainchild of a visionary entrepreneur who poured their heart and soul, and likely a significant amount of capital, into its creation? In that case, the owner might be a single founder, a partnership, or a venture capital firm that recognized Albert's potential early on. The ownership structure of a company can be complex, involving shareholders, stakeholders, and various levels of control. Perhaps Albert is a groundbreaking piece of software, a tool that has revolutionized an industry. In this scenario, the owner could be the individual programmer who conceived it in their dorm room, or it might belong to a larger software corporation that acquired the rights or employed the development team. Intellectual property, like software code, is a valuable asset, and its ownership dictates who has the right to its use, distribution, and further development. Maybe Albert is an iconic piece of art, a sculpture that graces a public square or a painting that hangs in a prestigious gallery. In this case, the owner could be a private collector, a museum, or even the estate of the artist who created it. The ownership of art often comes with the responsibility of preservation and the privilege of sharing it with the world. Consider the possibility that Albert is a registered trademark, a symbol that represents a specific brand and its associated quality. The owner of a trademark has the exclusive right to use that mark in connection with their goods or services, protecting their brand identity in the marketplace. This could be a large multinational corporation or a small family business that has carefully cultivated its reputation under the Albert banner. And let's not forget the less tangible possibilities. Could Albert be a scientific theory, a concept that has reshaped our understanding of the universe? In this context, ownership is less about legal rights and more about attribution. While the original discoverer is often credited, the theory itself becomes part of the collective knowledge of humanity, built upon and expanded by countless others. Or perhaps Albert is a cherished family recipe, passed down through generations, each iteration carrying the unique touch of its current custodian. In this case, ownership is more personal, a matter of tradition and the intangible connection to those who came before. The beauty of the question, who is the owner of Albert, is that it invites us to consider the diverse ways in which ownership can manifest. It prompts us to think about the effort, the vision, and the often unseen hands that shape the things we encounter in our daily lives. Without knowing the specific Albert in question, we can only speculate on the fascinating story behind its ownership. Each possibility, from a groundbreaking invention to a beloved family tradition, carries its own unique narrative of creation, stewardship, and legacy. So, while we can't definitively answer who owns this particular Albert without more information, the exploration itself highlights the intriguing world of ownership and the stories it holds. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.